And good afternoon, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Dave Roberts here. I'm going to stand over here so I'm better framed up on the shot. Good to see you all. Hope you're having a nice Monday afternoon. Kind of a stormy start to the day, wasn't it? Hey, Stuart McCrary, thanks for checking in. Appreciate you spending a little time with us this afternoon. So, hopefully you're having a good Monday. Hopefully your weekend was good. My weekend was pretty calm, pretty restful. Went and checked on a friend of mine in Louisiana. And everything's been a good weekend overall. Louisiana's Louisiana. That's all I can say. They drive a lot differently than folks in Mississippi, that's for sure. But the weather was nice. I was on the Gulf Coast for a little bit of Mississippi this weekend, ate some crawfish. Oh, was that good? The crawfish this year they are something else. I don't know if the weather's helping them or what. They may be the only ones benefiting, it seems, by this weather, but that's been the real story when it comes to this year so far. It's been really stormy, as you can tell in different intervals. We're getting our storminess. Now, here's the thing. We get severe weather in Mississippi, all right? So we can't act too terribly surprised when we get these severe weather events, but they're unfortunate because nobody wants to really go through them. Last night, we had some weather in the middle of the night. And just to let you know about that, they are sending out a survey crew, if they haven't already done so, to Sharkey County, where there was some damage near Belzona. And they're going to be reporting back on that. And I say the National Weather Service has a specialized survey crew that goes and looks at damage. So, that's the story. But as far as the rest of our weather is concerned, we're going to be looking at a nice week of weather ahead. Beautiful conditions out there. Temperatures reaching the upper 70s and lower 80s every day when it comes to this week. And that certainly is some good news. So we're going to be looking at really nice weather out there for sure. Beautiful conditions across most of the area. And that's going to continue until about Friday. That's when the weather will change once again. And we'll have our next chance for severe weather. So let's go through it here, folks, and get you up to speed on everything. A beautiful day out there, as you can see. The clouds are breaking up. This is the view currently from Mendenhall, Mississippi this afternoon in Simpson County. Simpson County's had a bunch of storms lately as well. You can see the weather's pretty much moving out of there at this time. We'll take a look at what our chances for seeing some severe weather are. And I'm going to move the microphone over here a little bit so I can get closer to the computer. And bottom line is we're going to be looking at a lower end threat for severe weather when it comes to this weekend. And that's not really supposed to say Saturday. It's not really supposed to say Sunday. It's supposed to say Saturday. Apologize about that. Here is the next threat that we are watching. It's a level 2 risk, and it's mainly going to be across parts of the deep south and the plains. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, that is the time frame that we are watching for this next chance for any kind of rough weather. A level 2 out of 5, so that's a slight risk, 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. Damaging wind is likeliest with this next event, and tornadoes are a possibility, and that encompasses just about the whole state of Mississippi. So really no place is better than the other. I would tell you the storm chances look higher the farther north you go, a little bit less the farther south you go, but the whole area pretty much is going to be dealing with the chance for getting some storms. Right now, a slight risk, as you could see, is what we're expecting. And the levels go like this from the Storm Prediction Center. A level 2 is a slight risk. Multiple times you should be checking out the weather for you. There is no change in plans that you should make at this point in time, but the impacts are looking to be spotty. So that's the good news on that. Last night was very isolated. Most places did not see any severe weather. But again, a slight risk does exist for the upcoming weather. Let's talk about that next chance. Now, I don't expect any rain through this Friday, but by Friday, there could be a few showers around here. And then this actual storm system starts to take shape and spreads from southwest to northeast across our area. Don't focus exactly on the time frame here, but you could definitely see that we are going to be looking at a decent chance for storms across much of the state of Mississippi into Louisiana. This will be a Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening. You can see from western Tennessee down through eastern Louisiana. That's our best bet for seeing any chance for showers and storms. But other than that, it looks pretty quiet out there. You can see as far as storm energy is concerned, we are looking at some storm energy that's going to be out there. I'm going to see if I can slow this down for you just a little bit. But the bottom line is, let me see if I can move this bar back just a little. That's what I want to show you here. We're going to take it into Saturday. And you can see that this spreads quickly from the Gulf of Mexico northward. That is high-end storm energy that you're looking at. So this is Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. So just keep in mind that that's going to continue to move farther north across the area as we go through this coming weekend. tornado energy. We're going to move that forward too, and I'll show you what that looks like here. Give me 1 second. And as we slide that scale here, this is some good news. Not looking at an awful lot of storm energy when it comes to the tornadic possibilities for the weekend. Notice it does peak a little bit farther west there in Oklahoma and Texas. But as far as we're concerned, when we go into this weekend, there's really not much to it. And that's good news. So we're going to be looking at just very low end storm energy, it seems like, at this point in time. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go here and take a look at rainfall. Rainfall looks like this as we go through the next 7 to 10 days. What's interesting is the Euro model is really outperforming on this. So this takes us through next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. And it shows you that we're looking at about a ½ inch to 3.5 inches of rainfall. One model is the GFS, obviously thinking it's not going to be that stormy, but the Euro is giving us a healthy amount of rain over the next 10 days, 3.5 inches. So that lends us the possibility there could be some of these storms that have some flash flooding in them. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. I want to show you what the weather's doing right now. And you could see that that storm system that had been impacting much of the region this morning is now way down along the Gulf Coast. Rest of the country not seeing nearly as much weather right now. We're going to go a little bit farther back so you can see a close-up view on what's going on with that system. It is currently right across the Pensacola area right now, and you can see it's just a low-pressure system that's really close to the coast, very small low-pressure system. It's going to miss Atlanta, but it's probably going to be a big issue for Tallahassee this evening and maybe going into Savannah as well as parts of South Georgia when it comes to tonight. But around here, not much going on. The weather looks pretty decent for the rest of the day, and especially going through the rest of the week. You can see we're in the 60s on the coast where it's been raining a little bit longer this morning. 66 in Biloxi, but it's 69 degrees right now in Jackson. Vicksburg, Macomb, 72. Natchez at 70. It is 72 in Oxford, 60s currently in the northeast part of the state. So we're seeing right now the weather is definitely on the upswing here. It's improving across our area, but we are going to be paying attention to this next system coming in. What is interesting is our temperatures are running a little bit cooler today than they were yesterday. 24 hours ago, we were 77 degrees. We're now at 69 degrees. So definitely a little bit of a cool down taking place post system with that. And we'll see about rainfall here. Let's take a look at another rainfall scan. This is 7-day potential rainfall, and I'm just seeing if it's populated yet. It hasn't quite yet, but this comes, there it is. Oh, see? I spoke it into existence. But this basically shows you that areas north and west of the Jackson Metro could be looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain over the next week or so, with another system that could be impacting us next week too. It's something to definitely keep in mind. As far as temperatures are concerned going forward, over the next 10 days, we're into this warmer spring-like weather pattern. The coolest day that we'll probably see outside of today would be next Monday. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler by then, but expect highs close to 80 degrees, which isn't out of that far out of normal, but it's within 10 degrees. We are going to be looking at certainly warmer than normal temperatures than to be expected for this time of year. So that's what you got going on out there right now. This is our First Alert Skycam network. A beautiful afternoon all across central and south Mississippi. Some places have more clouds than others. I'll take some of your questions right now if you have any for me. But otherwise, at this point, of course, we don't go out of our way to alarm people. And we don't want to get you worried or riled up because of the fact that we're going to have the potential for some rough weather again this coming weekend. It's unfortunate, but that's the cycle we're in. It seems like every weekend or so, we're going to be looking at the chance for rain. So just keep that in mind. Stewart says, of course, the hardest part would be going past any of the tornado memories, such as the one in Rolling Fork, Silver City, and the rest that were hit on this date 2 years ago. It's kind of crazy that they had this tornado, a potential tornado last night, not far from there. Of course, not of the same magnitude, but I will never forget this day 2 years ago. Just with the storm system that hit those folks, the resilience that they have. But I have never seen devastation like that. It was really something else. Just, you think about it, and I really didn't sleep that weekend because I had to go present at a conference right after. And I don't even remember what I was supposed to be presenting about, to be honest with you. But then I went and presented about the Rolling Fork tornado, and that was, of course, just a horrific storm, a really horrific storm. James Mart, seems like every Sunday becomes random. Yeah, I know. You're telling me, right? And hey, Rita Wallace from JS, thanks so much for keeping us up to date on the weather. Hey, it's my pleasure, Rita. Really appreciate you saying that. Thank you so much, Stuart. Yeah, our coverage, I'll be honest with you, I have not watched our coverage since then because I think about whenever we're in that situation and you're on TV and you know how bad a storm is, but you don't know how bad it is, if that makes sense. But you just know whatever's taking place on the ground is so ferocious. And no matter what you tell people, there's not much you can do. And you just pray that A, they've done the right thing. Well, you pray A, that they've been paying attention, right? And then B, they've done the right thing. And then C, you just hope they're going to make it through okay, regardless, right? And of course, we know what happened. That tornado was so ferocious and really hard to survive a direct hit from it. We saw that just last week with the Tylertown situation. These tornado events are just something else. They're just so tragic and how they impact so many people's lives. But we do our best that we can. And here at our station, we don't seem to we stay away from being hype artists because we want to really focus on the events that are going to have a wide magnitude. Of course, I always say, I don't get caught up in these ranges, these tornado ranges, the level 1 to level 2 list. Now, don't get me wrong, you'll get my attention on a level 4, level 5 risk, but I don't focus a lot on them because they're arbitrary. They have different parameters for them. And the other thing is, all it takes is one tornado to ruin someone's life, one person's life. So, that's the thing. You look at one tornado can upend someone's life forever, and a family, whatever it may be, a community. So I try not to say, hey, it's only a marginal risk. No, I don't like to say it like that, because if it's a marginal risk, there's still a risk that there's going to be a tornado somewhere. But we know when we get into the 4s and the 5s, the moderates and the high risk, well, that's when we're talking about there could be an extended outbreak, and that's where more people could be impacted. And it's just really something when you think about the Tylertown situation. We had the first storm was the night before, right, that moved across Belzona, and then we had those two that just really were so close to each other, up from southern Pike County through Walthall, Jefferson, Davis, and into Smith counties, Covington counties too. That was really something else. Okay, well, listen here, folks, it is 2:53. I am on Studio 3 today. In fact, I'm doing all the weather shows today and this evening. I'll be on WLBT News at 4, 4:35, WLBT News at 6 and 10. And I'll be on Fox 40 News at 5:30 as well as 9 p.m. tonight. So I got a busy day ahead. I got to get off here and get back to work for the TV show. I'll see you on any of those shows today. I hope you do tune in. We'll have a little bit more, hopefully, on the next chance for seeing some kind of rough weather around here. And I hope it's not too rough. But bottom line is, thanks for checking in. Thanks for tuning in today. Really appreciate you. And, of course, appreciate you choosing WLBT, First Alert Weather. If you missed any of this, I'm going to keep it looped over on Facebook for you so you can check it out. All right. And regardless, enjoy the rest of your Monday. I hope it's a good one for you.